This is a list of all the people I'm
Video
going to
number
bite.
2, got a phone call. Kevin's mom called, so it killed the video. Continuing, 10 miles before I make my turn on 273 to Tracy and Weston.
And everywhere they go. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be me. When something unexpected happens, our attitude should be, I'm not impressed. This difficulty doesn't move me. I'm not going to complain, get bitter, start panicking. No, I know this too shall pass. It's just another step on the way to my divine destiny. This is what Joseph had to do. He constantly was dealing with unexpected difficulties. He never expected his own brothers to throw him into a pit and sell him into slavery. He could have said, God, that's not fair. I thought you put a dream in my heart. No, Joseph understood this principle. He knew he didn't sow those seeds, and God would take care of the weeds, so he just kept being his best. He never expected Potiphar's wife to lie about him, have him thrown into prison. He never expected his cellmate, when he got out, to forget all about Joseph, even though he had done him nothing but good. It was one bad break after another. Joseph could have easily gotten bitter and angry and made that list of everybody he was going to bite. No, his attitude was, this is all just a part of my 10 minutes of turbulence. These are weeds that the enemy has sown into my good soil, so I'm not worried about it. I know these weeds cannot keep me from my God-given destiny. He just kept being his best, and you know the story. He ended up second in command of the whole nation. He's the one that said, what was meant for my harm, God used to my advantage. And you may be in one of your 10 minutes of turbulence right now. It looks very difficult, but I'm here to tell you, this too shall pass. God did not bring you this far to fail you now. It may be rocky. The medical report may say impossible. The financial situation may tell you you're going under. In the natural, you don't see any way, but God is saying, I still have a way. I'm Jehovah Jireh, the Lord your provider. I'm Jehovah Rapha, the Lord your healer. I am El Shaddai, the God who is more than enough. If that crisis could stop you, if those brothers throwing you into the pit, so to speak, like Joseph, could ruin your life, you can be assured God would have never allowed it to happen. If that person that hurt you, that disappointment you went through, could have kept you from your destiny, no, the Most High God would not have permitted that. What am I saying? If you're alive and breathing, you can still become everything that God has created you to be. Don't allow a crisis that you've gone through, or you're going through, or you ever go through to steal your joy and keep you from pressing forward. Just remember that scripture, Romans 8:28. All things are going to work together for your good. The key word is together. A difficulty on its own may not make sense, but when it comes together, one day it will make sense. I mentioned earlier how a few years after Victoria and I were married, we were named in a lawsuit. The person that bought our house was suing us over the plumbing. He didn't just sue us, he sued the builder and the architect, the real estate agent, the plumber, anybody he could think of. And we knew we had done nothing wrong. We didn't build the house. The plumbing had worked fine for us. But for 6 months, practically, while I was in that lawsuit, I was sick to my stomach. I was so worried. I thought it was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. I let it steal my joy and cause me to live all stressed out. At one point, several weeks ahead, I was going to have to give my deposition, my testimony. I started preparing and studying and getting all my documents out and thinking about what I was going to say. Went in and I gave my testimony at the lawyer's office. When I got finished, I was so nauseated I couldn't drive home. I had to have somebody come pick me up. Long story short, several months later, the lawsuit was thrown out. We were totally cleared and very grateful. But here's the point I'm making. The lawsuit in itself didn't seem like it was working for my good. It seemed like it was a waste of a lot of energy and just unnecessary stress and heartache. I didn't see how anything would ever come out of that productive. No, remember, God will not allow a difficulty unless He has a divine purpose. Some 15 years later, when we acquired this place, the former Compaq Center, a company filed a lawsuit to try to keep us from moving in. This time, when I went to give my deposition, I wasn't the least bit nervous. I knew exactly what to expect. I had been through that process before. I gave my testimony just as calm, clear, and effective as can be. Leaving the lawyer's office that day, after giving my testimony, I realized that first lawsuit, the one I couldn't stand, the one I thought was the worst thing in the world, that was God getting me prepared for the lawsuit with the Compaq Center. Had it not been for that man suing us over the plumbing, I would have never had the confidence, the experience when it came to a lawsuit that really mattered, a lawsuit between me and my destiny. Here's what I'm saying. Nothing in life is wasted. Even your 10 minutes of turbulence, God's going to use it to your advantage. The enemy may have sown some seeds, weeds in your life today, and you're thinking, this doesn't make sense. Where did this trouble come from? No, it may not make sense by itself. But I believe one day when it all comes together, you will say like me, if it had not been for the man suing me over the plumbing, I might not have made it to the Compaq Center. Like Joseph, if it had not been for my brothers throwing me into the pit, I may not have ever made it to the palace. In other words, if it had not been for that turbulence, I may not have fulfilled my divine destiny. And we've all heard the saying, bad things happen to good people. That is true. But it's also true that good people overcome bad things and come out better off than they were before. Friends, I'm here to tell you, God is going to turn your test into a testimony. That difficulty that you think is so bad, it's not working against you, it is working for you. The Creator of the universe is going to use it to your advantage. Weeds may have popped up in your field today. Don't be discouraged by it. Be encouraged. That trouble is a sure sign that God has something amazing in your future. And yes, the enemy has unexpected trouble, but remember, our God has unexpected favor, unexpected breakthroughs, unexpected promotion. So let me challenge you. Don't be surprised by the fiery trials. The forces of darkness would not be fighting you if they didn't know God had something amazing in your future. So the next time you face an unexpected challenge, have the idea, no big deal. This is just a part of my 10 minutes of turbulence. God has brought me through before, and I know God will bring me through again. If you'll have that kind of attitude, here's the promise. No weapon formed against you will ever prosper. Here's what that means. You'll overcome every obstacle. You'll defeat every enemy. Now believe and declare you will become everything God's created you to be, and you will have everything God intended for you to have. Amen. Do you receive it today?
Well, that was another sermon from Joel Osteen. Fixing to change highways here in 1.1 miles.
In 1 mile, keep right onto exit 20.
Exit 20. I'm on the final leg. I've got about 26 miles to go. Tracy and Weston.
Keep right onto exit 20.
Half a mile to go before I get off. Let everybody know ahead of time because they're zipping up on me like you would not believe. Care if they like it or not, but I'm going to slow down because I've got to stop right up here.
In 2/10 of a mile, turn left.
They'll get over it now, won't they?
Turn left onto Elm Grove Road.
Tell you what, this navigation will not shut up. You would think that you'd understand. Watch it beep one more time. There it is. Don't know that I know. Grab these. bright ass lights on me. Well, this thing has got about 12 lights on it. It's like a damn spider. Anyway, I'm going to stop this video here and I'm going to restart one. I'm getting close to my destination. So I'll see you.